Hello, I'm Jim Glidewell, and I want to talk to you today about how to build your laboratory. Most labs want to grow, but they lack capacity. Most lab owners have enough capacity to handle the present workload, but they don't have excess capacity to handle any increase in business. While you're very happy to pick up a new customer and pay a lot of attention to them, you don't notice when an old customer slowly, quietly exits out the back door. It is not good enough for a dental laboratory to match the capacity for work he has today. He has to build capacity for the work he wants to have tomorrow. So if he wants 20% growth this year, he needs to increase his capacity by 20% today. He has to make room for the new business, or he will lose all that new business out the back door. Nobody is entitled to an automatic expansion of their business. They have to plan for it, they have to execute it, and they must always be looking forward to the future. I rarely, if ever, run into a laboratory owner that does not say he wants to expand his business. Everyone wants a larger business where they can maybe work less and make more money. However, wanting and building are two completely different things. You must be motivated to action. Make a plan, do it carefully, and execute carefully. Another problem of expanding is that most lab owners are so busy running the day-to-day operations that they can't break away to do any planning. If you don't do planning, who will? Maybe your competition. For most labs, they're short of space, money, and people. Put yourself on a budget. Spend less on yourself and start investing in your business. You will make no less than 25% return with your invested money. Do you really think your path to success lies in buying stocks on the New York Stock Exchange? You'll never beat the averages, and you won't beat 25% return on your investment. Invest in yourself. Stop paying commissions to brokers who have no vested interest in your future. Labs that can do about $10 million in annual sales are worth at least $10 million. That's your retirement. If you must invest in stocks, use E-Trade. You'll find very small commissions, and you don't need a stockbroker's guidance. If they were really good at picking winners, they would not need you as a client. They would be too rich. Do not take investing advice from people who make less than you do. Palm readers and TV weathermen are far more accurate. I can't overemphasize the need to invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't rely on business consultants to make your success. They are only interested in billable hours. You must take charge of your future. I once hired an advertising consultant after meeting him at a one-day Fred Pryor seminar. I recognized his knowledge and asked if he could help set up a more targeted advertising schedule. He spent a couple of weeks setting up the original plan and revisited our progress about 1 year later. I'll always be grateful for his advice, and that was about 25 years ago. I could tell you of other experiences with so-called experts, and the results were always bad. I've not really addressed partnerships. A marriage is like a necessary partnership. It takes two to make the product. But many times a business starts as a partnership, and most often they don't end well. Two partners with different views on how they want their careers to end up. I am too sensitive to others' needs to be a good partner. I would always worry about how my decision would affect my partner. So I end up with paralysis analysis brought on by partner empathy. If you have a partnership and it works well, you are more mature than I am, and I applaud you. I earlier said that one of your experience roadblocks will be running out of space. I have seen many labs grow till they run out of space. Then because of the pain of building a new, larger facility, they just stop growing. It is possible to build a compact space where you could work about 10 people out of every 1,000 square feet. Above that density, it could be a real sweatshop. 10 people per 1,000 is pretty tight. But I have one office of 75,000 square feet that 750 people work in. A few are night workers. But that gives you a basic measurement. Remember that most buildings will not give you 10 parking spaces for each 1,000 square feet of space. In California, we only get about 4 parking spaces for each 1,000 square feet of leased space. However, we have found that only 70% of employees bring a car to work. A lot of our employees are dropped off by a family member. Early in your location scouting, look for places that have adequate parking. Old medical dental offices usually have more like 8 spaces. If that size space works for you, then grab it. Now about money. You need money to expand, and if you can't generate enough extra dollars from your operations for expansion, you need a good relationship with a bank. You can borrow against your current accounts receivable. The banks will advance you about 80% of your 30-day money as a short-term loan. If you have enough home equity, you should consider that option. If you believe in yourself, use the equity, borrow against it. So another thing you will need to expand your business is having products that prospective customers want. Do not be late to the zirconia revolution. Don't talk to prospective customers about PFMs. Your phones will remain silent. Almost everything you need in the future is digital, and you need it today. So recapping what's needed to expand your business, you need to expand your space, you need to expand the equipment and technicians, and you need to get money to pay for it all. Also, you need to get the word out about your newly invigorated lab. You need advertising. I would take a few one-day courses like I did. You can't grow without potential customers hearing about you. Tell them with direct mail advertisements. I can do a complete program on advertising, but that's going to be for another edition. Remember, if you have been a 1-technician lab or a 10-technician lab for the last 5 years, unless you change, you will be the same 5 years from now. There's an old proverb that states, if you always do what you have always done, you will always have what you have always had. Today, start planning. Goodbye for now.